with SNB.
Hello, good afternoon everyone, and thank you for joining us on the program Stewardship with SNB, live from the studios of Rstv here in Port Harcourt. This program is viewed all over the world via our social media handles such as YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. We are also on GoTV channel 142 and StarTimes channel 113. Of course, our telephone lines will be displayed on your TV screen to join the conversation when the time comes. My name is Solomon Nelson-Bread. I'll take a short break, and when we return, I'll tell you who is in the house today. Don't go away.
Stewardship with SNB.
With about 10 days to go to the October 5 council elections, Rivers people are ready, preparing to go to the polls to elect their various councillors and chairmen on that date. But how prepared is the umpire, RSIEC, and how prepared are the political parties? On this program, Stewardship with SNB, we bridge the gap between the government and the governed, the umpire and the electorate. Of course, in this case, it is the umpire and the electorate we want to bridge the gap with. And so today on the program, we'll focus attention on October 5 and the preparedness of RSIEC, the River State Independent Electoral Commission, to conduct a free and fair and of course incident-free election on that day. The workability, the feasibility, and of course the practicability is what we want to talk about today. So joining me live in the studio is the Commissioner in charge of Civic Education and Public Affairs, River State Independent Electoral Commission, Pastor TOBINS Prophet. Pastor TOBINS, welcome to our program.
My pleasure.
Sometimes when we hear of pastors being members of an umpire and electoral body, we wonder how they're able to survive such things. The temptations, the manipulations, the maneuverings. How are you able to, how do you think you're able to handle such things?
Well, as men of God, as you...
Well, you say temptations, get behind me.
Satan, get down behind me.
All right. Interesting. I do not want us to overlabor ourselves with all of that, but that's just best way to start it. Now, 10 days to the election. What modalities has RSIEC put in place to ensure that October 5 council polls are hitch-free?
Well, let me thank you for this opportunity, and to also most warmly greet our esteemed viewers, residents, and the good people of Rivers State. Going straight to your question, I can categorically tell you here that all arrangements, preparations towards the conduct of the local government elections coming up on Saturday, the 5th of October, 2024, is in top gear. Materials can confirm to you authoritatively they are ready.
What are you referring to? Sensitive?
Sensitive.
Or insensitive?
All
are ready.
We are ready for the election.
Oh, that's interesting. All right. Are there any other documents required by law that you need from INEC that you've not received from them to ensure that the election is going to come incident-free and successful?
Well, none, to the best of my knowledge, as I speak with you. All that we need to get from the Independent National Electoral Commission as a 6th commission here in River State, we've gotten them. I can tell you that for sure, we've gotten them.
But there's a court injunction stopping INEC from releasing the voter registration to you. So how did you get them?
Well, on that, I want to state here that whether it is by dint of luck or whatever, but I think that it is because of the proactive nature of the Chief Electoral Commissioner, the Honorable Justice Adolphus Enebeli, retired DSS ROS, and the 6th Commission. On assumption of office, we hit the ground running. In 2023, we immediately established contact between RSIEC and INEC. Between July 2023 and
before litigations arose, you had already contacted
INEC
to release
contacted them to release the 2023 updated voter register. The communications are there, the correspondence are there. And to put it further again, the commission paid them a courtesy call led by the Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman, 2 other commissioners and the Administrative Secretary of CIVIC. So that meeting, that parley was a fruitful one. Arising from that, the compendium of words, units across the 20 LGS were handed over to RSIEC and also the voters register. So this had already happened before
they went to court.
So-called court, litigation, whatever.
Okay, you took them by surprise.
I wouldn't say we took them by surprise. They rather took us by surprise.
No, you went to INEC before them.
Now,
before they approached the court.
I want to turn it the other way around.
Okay.
Because we never had any feeling that such a thing will happen in the future. It's just that we have a proactive leadership.
Interesting. Yes. But many of the opinion, Commissioner, that October 5 is just about 10 days away. RSIEC had just begun sensitization campaign. Is it not coming rather too late?
Well, that is not true. You recall that there are activities, events that happen in the country that actually stalled so many things that would have happened. One of such events is the End Bad Governance, whatever.
Okay, protest.
That protest. You know, it took 10 days. So that 10 days was massive enough. Within that period, many things would have been done. But shortly after the whole process, we started by, you see our posts on social media, refutal, telling people that the elections will hold. So as I speak with you, even between now and 5th of October, we still have ample time to reach out to the entire people of Rivers State.
Okay, so what's INEC or RSIEC's relationship with the governor, aside releasing funds to you to conduct this election, and how has it affected your job?
As a matter of fact, CIVIC is a product of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, like you know. The Constitution empowers the State House of Assemblies to enact laws to govern the election at the local government level. So, that being said, we are a product or a property of the state. And so the funding for this organization comes from the state. I want you to know that there is difference between the state in quotes, and the governor you are talking about.
Okay.
Do you understand me? I mean the state now. So the state funds us. And I can reliably tell Rivers people here that.
And the governors are the hem of affairs of the state.
I can reliably tell Rivers people here that funds for the elections, they have been provided.
Adequately?
Yeah, by His grace. I don't know whether you say, I don't know what you mean by adequately.
Of course.
I don't want to delve into that, but funds have been made available and our work is very smooth.
Suggested it's inadequate?
I want to ask you why you are stamping.
No, you have to answer my question. If you said the governor has provided funds
sufficiently well.
Good.
Can I take it that way? Sufficiently well.
Yes. All right, so I'm comfortable with that. So that is also okay with my view. I believe so, that the governor has done what he's supposed to do. Now, how many political
the state,
parties?
I I have
The
tried
state.
to. I want us to be
No. You
on.
cannot completely-
I want us to be on a
You
pedestal.
cannot completely divorce
The
the state
state.
from the governor. He's at the helm of affairs. He is the head of the government at the state level. The state does not just exist. Somebody must be there to pilot affairs of the state. So when you say the state, you are distancing the governor from it. We're not saying that the governor is in any way affecting the work negatively. He has provided funds, okay, in your words. The state has provided funds for RSIEC to conduct elections.
I want us to take this
Okay.
discussion. This
Okay.
is the
You're not
discussion
comfortable saying
on
that
that
the governor has
trajectory.
provided enough funds for RSIEC.
Well,
The law allows the government to provide funds.
government, thank you, and government have done that.
Government has done that.
Thank you.
Okay, so there is somebody at the helm of affairs. All right, that being said, let's move forward. How many political parties registered for this election? And how many of them have candidates representing their parties? Let's get to know.
On the 1st of July 2024, we convoked the stakeholders meeting to kickstart the process of the election. On that day, we told Rivers people that the election will hold on the 5th of October 2024. Arising from that meeting, we also requested that all the parties that are interested to field candidates for the election should pick the expression of interest form as a political party. You know, I can categorically tell you here that on that day, all the known political parties, I don't know who, but by the attendance and the records we have, indicated interest.
Including PDP and APC.
I said all the registered political parties.
How many are they?
I don't want to
how many are they?
mention names of parties.
But
We
how-
have 19 now.
19.
Yes, we have
Which
19
includes
across.
APC and PDP.
All the major political parties. So
Okay.
they expressed interest, picked the forms, okay, filled it and brought it back. One thing is expressing interest. Another thing is presenting also candidates under the platform of that party
Okay.
for CIEC to screen. So as I'm speaking with you now, I headed the committee C that screened about 7 LGs.
Okay.
Obiakpo, Port Harcourt City, and 5 other LGs.
Okay.
So I can categorically tell Rivers people here that 18 political parties,
Okay.
18 political parties out of the 19 presented candidates, save for PDP.
Okay. The PDP did not present candidate. So
Yes.
what implication does it have on the election?
It does not have any implication. Reasons being that political parties are at will to participate. They have the will to decide whether they will participate or not. It's not the duty of the umpire to force them to participate. So each party can decide to do or not to do, depending on whatever reason they may have attributed to not participating.
Pastor Tobin said to TAMUNOTONYE, what I want us to get clear for our viewer to also follow is that the PDP brought the governor to power. Do you agree with me? And when the PDP withdraws its participation from the forthcoming local government elections, I'm asking you, what do you think is the implication of that to the polity?
I repeat again, there is no any implication whatsoever. As an electoral umpire, it is not our own responsibility to begin to delve into whether a party wants to field candidates or not. That is exclusively their own preserve and right. So it's not within our purview, the tenets of our job, to begin to bother ourselves on that. Even in the general election itself, I mean now, there are parties that may decide to field candidates. There are parties that may decide to say, on this and this, we are not going to field any candidate. So that is just their own exclusive preserve. And I'm here as an umpire, unbiased umpire. I'm not here to join issues. I'm not here to mix issues with political parties, even though they are critical stakeholders as far as the process of the election is concerned.
And the party that brought the governor to power as well.
The party that brought the governor to power, that's quite okay. Like I said, matters relating to that we don't delve into it.
It's okay. You have said here and you have expressed RSIEC's preparedness to conduct the October 5 election. But for emphasis sake, let me put a question to you again, Pastor. There are insinuations in some quarters that RSIEC is not ready to conduct the forthcoming elections. What's your take on it?
I want to say that that particular insinuation is quite unfortunate, and it is just the imagination of the propounders of that particular insinuation. RSIEC is super ready. RSIEC is unavowedly ready to conduct the local government elections in Rivers State come October 5th, 2024. Let me also let the people of Rivers State know. I'm just coming from the official unveiling ceremony of the voters register, the 2023 updated voters register.
At the commission office.
It was held at Rumodara Town Hall. Rumodara, that is Ward 2, Obiagbo, Unit 10 and 11 to be precise.
Okay.
The symbolic unveiling of the voters register have been done just a couple of
clears
minutes
the doubt
ago.
that you do not have the voter register.
That settles that matter. That settles that dust completely, and also to clear the eyes of, in quote, the doubting Thomases. Yes.
Okay. Interesting to know that. I think that's why we have always we're always here to bridge the gap between those whose powers are to govern the people and those who are being governed. In this case, umpire and the electorate. And he has told us that it is an exercise in futility for those who went to court to stop INEC from releasing the voter registration, voter register to RSIEC to conduct the October 5 election. And that hours ago, that register has been unveiled, and it is simply an exercise in futility for those who went to court. Is that your submission?
Like I posited earlier, the issue of seeking redress in court is a right of all citizens. You understand me? Now, I am not a lawyer. They are learned persons, in quotes. We are unlearned. I used to hear them say you cannot place something on nothing, or nothing on something. I am not a lawyer. I've said that earlier on. That injunction, unfortunately for the initiators, unfortunately for them, it has been overtaken by events. Before you ask the body, INEC, not to release the register to a particular people, they had already released it. The correspondence, like I said, they are there. So INEC cannot, in all good conscience, come out and tell the world that she has not given voters register to RSIEC. The REC represents the chairman of INEC Nigeria in Rivers State. So we had done everything about that last year.
Let's move on. We'll get to details of all that later in the program. But let me ask you this question. Your boss, the chairman of RSIEC, is not here, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli. But some say that the loyalty of your boss, Justice Enebeli, is with the former governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, because he appointed him. And knowing Nyesom Wike to be one who commands, has a penchant of commanding loyalty and followership. What's your take on this? Can you clear it out?
Ordinarily, that question ought to have been answered by my chairman himself.
So you are representing him.
Excuse me. Let me put this foundation straight.
Go on.
Firstly, the moment you are appointed into an office, anybody could have done that. It can be through any government or any person. Your number one loyalty is to the state. The state. The state, I mean Rivers State. I can categorically tell you by the number of months we have worked together, I have not seen my chairman portraying that attitude or character or whatever of a man that is being influenced by any force outside or within. He's an independent-minded man. You know, he is not just a legal colossus, but he is an institution. He's a legal institution. A retired judge. I mean, you understand me? A retired judge. So he knows his onions. Enebeli is a man that both the old and the young, all those who know him that he's a man of integrity and he stands on his words. His words are his bound. So there is nothing to show that his loyalty is divided or his loyalty is given to any force outside or within. His loyalty is to Rivers State. His loyalty is to the people of Rivers State to ensure that there is free, fair, credible, and most acceptable election in Rivers State.
All right, we've been talking to Pastor TOBINS TAMUNOTONYE Prophet, is the Commissioner in charge of Civic Education and Public Affairs at the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. We'll take a short break now, and when we return, we'll talk more about the preparation towards October 5. Stay with us.
Stewardship with SNB.
Stewardship with SNB. It's probing.
You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about?
Beckoning on you occupying that public office to give account of your stewardship.
To be that quiet, he's the executive governor of this state and he's the leader and head of our party.
Politics on the menu.
I don't know what will happen. The governor leads, whatever directive he brings, I will follow.
What about the surprises?
Action that I've accepted to follow will be taken on my witness. I will surprise them.
Watch Stewardship at 12:30 p.m. on weekdays. Stewardship with SNB, a new trajectory to broadcast journalism. Join us.
Stewardship with SNB.
Well, if you have just joined us, the program is Stewardship with SNB, live from the studios of Rstv here in Port Harcourt. And on this segment, we'll take your calls and your suggestions and all that you have to say. I know you've been following the conversation. It is now time for you to make your contributions so that we can make this program a huge success. Of course, Rivers people and RSIEC and everybody in the state is preparing towards October 5, on a day where INEC has set aside for the election of local council chairmen and of course councillors. So on this segment, we'll take your calls. Control room, do want to display the telephone lines so that as we converse, our viewer can also take advantage of the numbers and call us and have their say or ask questions where necessary. Pastor TOBINS TAMUNOTONYE Prophet is in the studio, is a commissioner in charge of civic education and public affairs of RSIEC. All right, so okay, I can see telephone lines already buzzing. We'll take your calls. Let's just try this one. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Edwin from Rstv.
You are very faint. Could you talk into the phone? You're very faint.
My name is Edwin, calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, Edwin, we'll just manage it. It's not very loud, but we'll just manage it. Edwin, go on.
I want to ask this question because one thing I understand and I want to hear
Edwin, we are straining our ears to listen to you. You may just change your position. You can hear us, but we're not hearing you clearly. Change your position, please. Can you do that?
Are you hearing me, sir?
Okay, better now. Thank you.
What has ability to do our election properly in this aspect of region. We are free, fair, and credible elections like in our country has been a cacawork that has caused so many corruption and all that. I want to ask the pastor there that if it is just to tell us that the election, the October 5th election that will be coming on, will be fair, free, and credible, where we will see those that are particularly voted for will be emerged as the winner of that election, so as to better our state for us.
All right. All right, Edwin, you have made a point. Your question is clear. He will take that. All right, thank you so much for joining us on the program. All right, maybe we'll take one more question and then we can now ask our guest to. Okay, we have it here. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm calling from Wadi.
You're calling from where?
Wadi.
What's your name?
My name is Toro.
Your name is?
Toro.
Okay, please, you may just quickly respond to the first caller, Edwin, who was wondering how the election could be free and fair.
Thank you.
Under your watch.
Like I said earlier concerning the chairman and chief electoral commissioner, is a man of integrity who values his name more than silver and gold. The array of commissioners we also have are people of proven integrity. We are supposed to deliver free, fair, and credible election, but to also make you believe what I'm saying. This is the first time in the history of the conduct of local government polls in Rivers State where you have as massive as 18 political parties participating, presenting candidates. I want to assure you that the contest, there will be what we call re-contest. Anybody who thinks that it's going to be business as usual, the person is already wrong ab initio. Because, like I said, out of 19 political parties, 18 presented candidates. You think that election is going to be an election that it is going to be a child's play? No, that's not true. So we want to assure Rivers people that we are poised to deliver free, fair, and credible election come October 5th, 2024.
Okay, talking about the fairness of RSIEC in conducting the forthcoming election, I want to draw your attention to a quotation by a Russian writer, Joseph Stalin is his name. And he said, "Those who vote do not determine the winner, but those who count the votes determine the winner." My question is, Pastor, how much of this statement applies to your commission?
Well, what I can deduce from that your question is just whether vote will count. That's what I deduce from that
Quotation from
theory
Joseph
or
Stalin.
quotation there. Whether votes will count. He is correct in parts and not too correct in parts.
Tell us.
Now, people come to exercise their franchise by voting. All they expect is that the vote should count, and then at the end of the day, the majority should win. So that brings me to one aspect of it to just seal it.
The electoral, not those who actually vote that determine.
I understand.
Those who win.
I heard you.
But it's those who count the vote.
I understand. That's the electoral umpire.
Yes, the umpire will count the vote.
I know. That's where I'm going to. That is why the staff of RSIEC and the process of selecting those who are going to serve as electoral umpires there is strictly on merit, strictly on standard.
The other staff.
Yes, there are set down standards. That's why if you go to the portal, under the watch of the Chief Electoral Commissioner for the first time, we have a functional website functional
Okay.
through my office, www.rsiec.rov.gov.ng.
Please repeat it so that for purposes of our viewer.
www.rsiec.rov.gov.ng.
Okay.
Very functional. Even though there are attempts by enemies of the state to attack the site, to crash the site, but the security around it is as solid as the Rock of Gibraltar. So they couldn't. So on that platform, we made it abundantly clear that those who want to partake as ad hoc staff, this is the benchmark. You must have a particular level of education for you to even serve as just an assistant poll clerk, not to talk of presiding officers and all the rest.
What level of education is required?
For the presiding officer, we have pegged it at a minimum of at least YEC.
School set.
School set, SSE. And above, the higher the responsibility, the higher the qualification expected. And these persons are trained, fully trained to carry out the exact function for which they are being employed in that temporal basis to do, or ad hoc basis to do. So I want to assure you that if in other climes or in other times votes did not count, this time around those who vote will determine who win, and not those who count the votes. So just to
Interesting. New theorems are being postulated here. So what's yours?
the one I just said.
All right, we'll move forward. But let me also ask you this question, because it's been in the media space that there were attempts to stop Rstv from conducting the election. So the question will be, can an individual or organization stop a constitutionally recognized institution like INEC or RSIEC from conducting election as provided by law? Is it possible?
Thank you. You see, we are aware of that. But like I said, the law backing us as electoral umpires in Rivers State here, that's the RSIEC, is a law enacted from the Rivers State House of Assembly, which is what we are using as a working document. And I want to draw the attention of our viewers to section 60 of that
the RSIEC law.
Yes.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Section 60. You know, I'm not a lawyer, so that's why I came with
you have a workbook with you.
Thank you. So please pardon me. When those who are learned come, they can quote it offhand.
Okay, no problem. It's allowed.
Section 60, subsection 2 of this law that we are working on, that brought us into being, says, notwithstanding any other provision to the contrary in this law or any other law, a court of law shall not, with emphasis, make any order prohibiting the holding of primaries or general election under this law, pending the determination of a suit relating to any primaries or election under this law.
But there are attempts now to stop you by Justice Peter Lifu of the Abuja High Court. Prayers were made before his court that the voter register should not be released to you, which you have already received before time, and that election should not be provided. The IGP should not provide security for RSIEC on that day, and a whole lot of things are happening. If you are quoting this, doesn't Justice Lifu, Peter Lifu, know this? Doesn't those who placed the motion before him know this?
Thank you. By my own layman understanding of the runnings of the court, we have had severally that when a matter is in court, whatever you say concerning it may be termed to be prejudicial. So in that case, it is not expected that you make any profound statement or comment concerning a matter that is before is their lordship, or as the case may be. All right. Now, I want to state here emphatically that because we are a product of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because we are a product of that, we are bound by the laws of the land. Do you understand me? What you said is that there are prayers there. Matters have been taken there.
And don't also forget, sorry to interject, don't also forget the Abuja court always wins. The Abuja court. But the Port Harcourt court will slug it out with the Abuja, but always the Abuja court wins. Having that at the back of your mind, how prepared are you if the court declares the election a nullity after everything?
Firstly, our responsibility is to conduct the election. Do you understand me? There are laid down,
In spite of the contestations in court,
excuse me, there are laid down processes to seek redress. Like I said, when a matter is in court, you don't talk on it. You don't.
the public
You
must
don't
know
have
that
to
you are here.
prejudicial.
You quoted section 16, subsection 2
I quoted
of the law
yes.
guided RSIEC,
Yes.
and that's law. That's law in itself.
Yes.
That law was propounded by the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Yes.
Going by that law, you have also told Rivers people that in spite of the contestations in court, that you should be stopped from conducting election. This law allows you to go ahead with the conduct of the election. Is that also?
Yeah.
So whether the matter is in court or not, it is your place to, clear the dust flying in the air, just as you have done. I believe that my viewers are richer in information than the way you met them in the studio today with this law you quoted. So whether it is in court or not, there should be a mention of it as to clear the doubt.
All right.
I think so.
Thank you. Let me state for the 18th time that as far as the 6th Commission is concerned, there is no court judgment barring us, prohibiting us, stopping us from conducting the local government poll. I challenge anybody that has such...
So you are going ahead with election?
Yes. I challenge anybody to come forward and present that judgment. Now, assuming not conceding, in my own layman understanding of terms or words, injunction and court judgment, the two words are have two different meanings. I don't want us to delve into that. Let's assume, yes, there was, you mentioned it here, INEC not giving us register. That has been already laid to rest, perpetual rest. Police not giving security, not also security to everybody, including you, because you also go to vote. What is the constitutional
the law bars the police from providing security for your staff who will be conducting election?
Okay, let me tell Rivers people, let me also make you know something now. The suit, I have seen it.
Okay.
Those people who took the matter to court restrained the police and the DSS. SNB, I want to ask you, are the police and the DSS the only security apparatus or body we have in the country? No, they did not bar Nigerian Army. They did not bar civil defense. They did not bar any other security agency. Listen now, excuse me.
Army and
they did not say security agencies.
They said the police.
They said the police and the DSS.
Okay.
I am saying it before the hearing of anybody. If they have any other contrary one, please let them put it forward. But excuse me, I don't want you to push me into joining issues with politicians. I am not one. I am an umpire, unbiased umpire. So that is the situation that we find ourselves in. It's their responsibility, whether or not the policeman is duty bound to secure me as an individual, because I am a taxpayer, and as a taxpayer, it is my money they use to get the arms he's using and paying him salary. So he is duty bound to give me security.
Alternative, if the police refuses to provide security for your adult staff on the day of election? What is the alternative you have to protect your people?
Mr. Breed, you seem to, align with what I'm saying, but you are still taking me.
Because
you are taking me to another round. You are taking me to another round.
The Abuja court has always won over cases. If the Abuja court wins over this case,
I don't want to delve on this. Solomon Nelson Breed
by RSIEC.
I don't want to delve into this.
Adult staff who are people's children, who are people's parents, who are people's mothers and husbands.
Let me assure all of us that election will hold.
Good.
And the security of everybody that will come and vote and everybody is by the grace of God guaranteed.
All right. That's a statement from you. And that's a statement of policy as a matter of fact, because it's coming from the man in charge of civic education and public affairs. Well, moving on, I can see telephone lines buzzing. We'll take your calls, don't worry. But let me continue to put my guest on the spot so that he will provide answers to them as well. All right, I can see telephone lines. We'll take your calls. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, it's not coming. All right, let's take it this way. The governor, you'll agree with me, is of the PDP. But we all know that the APP is the anointed party. Most of the governor's supporters are flying their flags under the platform of the APP. Now, if you look at democracy from 1999 to date, candidates of the anointed party as well as won election. You agree with me? Candidates of the anointed party.
I'm hearing I am hearing that from you.
No, statistics show.
Saying that I agree with you. That is where I will. That trajectory is the one I will not follow you through.
Okay, we know, and you are a Rivers man. You know you are not there. What should Rivers people expect? Will anything different happen this time around?
You
allowing anointed party to win other than other parties?
I am not aware of any party that is anointed as an unbiased.
Before now, has any party won election in the state?
We gave level playing ground.
Before now, has any party ever won election in the state other than the PDP?
Yes.
Which party?
I can't mention, but I know even
the majority as well with the PDP.
You see, you have brought in the term
so
majority again. You said the party will. And I said yes. I thought you want me to.
No, we're looking at how fair RSIEC will be.
I have assured Rivers people even before now, and I'm still maintaining it again, that this 6th commission is poised to deliver free, fair, and credible election into the local government polls. Even the ones you because I didn't say it, you alluded to be skewed in favor of some persons. In Rivers State, we have seen parties that are not, according to your quotation, anointed, win elections and several wards and all the rest. So, by the grace of God, I want to assure Rivers people that your votes will count. Those who are majority will win. Those who have the people will win. And whoever wins will be declared.
And the votes will count as well.
Oh,
all right,
absolutely.
We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yes. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Okay, my name is Lewis. I'm calling you from Rumibekwe.
Okay, Louis, thank you for joining us, Louis.
All right, thank you. So, I have to ask a question to the Honorable Commissioner in the studio.
Okay.
Now, what should Rivers people expect? Like, up till now, I've not heard, I've not seen anywhere of candidate, and at least, one thing for us is you are supposed to see list of candidates on any paper or any TV or anywhere. And we have not seen that. So people supposed to be assured and that their candidate is going to into country. Then the second question is that now on the electoral material, is there going to be as in on the ballot paper, is there going to be parties logo and all that as we used to see in the other election, so that
for proper
to know what we are expecting as we are going into, so that we can believe the credibility of the election. Thank you very much.
All right, you can now educate the people what they should expect on the ballot paper on that day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Louis.
As a matter of policy, the 6th Commission of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, under the leadership of Honorable Justice Adolfo Senebeli, DSSRS, retired. In our board meetings, unanimously adopted and agreed that since on the 1st of July, the whole 19 political parties indicated interest to contest, all the logos of the 19 political parties will appear on the ballot papers.
Okay.
2, his second question has to do with maybe campaign posters, this and that. That's not the responsibility of RSIEC. Campaigns period are on. All campaigns will end on the 3rd of October 2024. So it is the responsibility of those who had indicated interest to go ahead, do their campaigns, bring out their posters, and do everything that is needed to woo the voters to their side. So that is that about the question.
Well, I'm very sure that caller is satisfied. We have another one here. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Welcome to our program. Your name?
Yes, good afternoon. Good morning. Mercy.
Welcome to our program.
And the guest in the studio.
Yeah, good afternoon.
It's Pastor Toby.
Good afternoon.
Toby. Hello?
We
Yes,
can hear you loud
we can
and
hear
clear.
you.
Go on.
Okay, I was watching the program, but never just took it. But I have a question.
You've not paid their bills.
Hello?
You've not paid their bills, so the power company ceased power. All right, go on.
I said I was watching the program, but never just took it. But
You
I have a question.
refuse to pay your bills. But go on, ask your questions.
Okay, one. I have 3 questions to.
Oh, just one, please.
One.
We can only entertain one, please.
No, let me rush. This is Fred. I'm calling from Okana.
Okay, Fred. Thank you.
Okay, yes. I'm a regular caller.
Fred, go on.
One, is it good for a political party to participate in this contest without campaign? That is one.
Okay.
Then 2, RSIEC defend this election after 26th of October, and they defend because there is rumor we are hearing. That is 2. Then 3, can Rivers State government or RSIEC assure the state that after this election they can assume the local government council? Thank you.
Okay. I think the last question is asking if after the election, whether council chairman can now have access to the council secretary. That's the last question. Yeah, so take it from wherever you want it.
That matter is completely a political matter, and it is a matter that only the government can really sort that one out. Our own responsibility is to conduct credible election that will fill in the vacant positions in the 23 local government areas. Recall that the Supreme Court had already given a judgment barring any state from appointing caretaker committees to manage the affairs of local government councils. So, and within that, there's a window of between that July to October for all the states to ensure that where there are no elected local government officials, that elections should hold. So, drawing the strength from that, other states have done. Rivers State is about to do it. I think it is our utmost desire that every hand should be on deck for us to install a democratically elected government at the grassroots. So, that is that. Concerning the campaign, we don't do campaign. You, a contestant who want to contest, is the one that will go and do his or her own campaign. So we don't, we only regulate.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That is that. I believe that the viewer is satisfied with the response you have given. Time is really running out, but let's quickly cap it up. Tunu Kocha confessed recently publicly that he used to write result and hand over this result, council result of course, hand over this result to RSIEC to announce. Does it mean that all the results RSIEC has been announcing did not originate from the commission?
That is what I call statement of fallacy. That is not true. I cannot in all good conscience sit here to agree with whoever said it. Like I said,
I quoted the name.
I don't want to join issues. But RSIEC that I know from the inception to now, to date, they don't write results and submit. That is his own. If he has done that, I don't know why the law enforcement agents have not gone after him. He's telling people publicly that he writes result. Is that not criminal? It's criminal in itself. So, but I said I don't want to delve into that, and I am not here to mix issue with any politician. For us, as the 6th CIVIC, we are irrevocably committed to ensure that there is a smooth local government pool, devoid of rancor. That does not mean that people that are aggrieved will not challenge. If you challenge, there are legal mechanism in the body there, in the agent, in the commission that handles legal matters. I don't want to also go there. But as far as we are concerned, nobody is writing result for anybody.
It takes us back to the question. We're wrapping up. If the police refuses to provide security for field officers, your own field officers, what alternative arrangements does the commission have? Let's close with that.
Well, everybody has plan A, plan B, plan C in life. When we get to that bridge, I can assure the people of Rivers State that we will cross the bridge confidently and absolutely. That is what I can say about that. Security matters are not matters you discuss in the open space. But every worker, ad hoc or permanent, our security is guaranteed.
All right. So what's your message to the political parties and electorate on the 5th of October?
My message is rancor, acrimony does not help progress in a place. No matter our differences and interests, let us know that the interest of Rivers State, the peace of Rivers State, the progress of Rivers State, the development of Rivers State should supersede that of any other person. And accordingly, I will plead with the people of Rivers State, residents alike, to embrace this process, support us, come out en masse, vote, and so that at the end of the day we are going to entrench that democratic governance at the third tier.
All right, you have been informed that October 5 being the date for the local council elections is not a mirage, but it's a reality. This is coming from the Commissioner in charge of Civic Education and Public Affairs of RSIEC, Pastor TOBINS, TAMUNOTONYE Prophet. I want to thank you so much for your time with us.
My pleasure.
All right, that's it on the program. We'll see you again tomorrow. My name is Solomon. That's a break. Always keep a date with us. Bye-bye.
Stewardship with SNB.
Stewardship with SNB. It's probing.
You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about?
Beckoning on you occupying that public office to give account of your stewardship.
To be that quiet, he's the executive governor of this state and he's the leader and head of our party.
Politics on the menu.
I don't know what will happen. The governor leads, whatever directive he brings, I will follow.
What about the surprises?
Action that I've accepted to follow will be taken for my witness. I will surprise them.
Watch Stewardship at 12:30 p.m. on weekdays. Stewardship with SNB, a new trajectory to broadcast journalism. Join us.
Stewardship with SNB.